Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Off Campus. Kindly subscribe our channel Off Campus and support us. In this video, we are going to solve the remaining problems in TNAB AE 2018. We have solved in by 4 parts before videos. Kindly check with the playlist. I saved it in playlist. We will solve the remaining problems. This must be a last part of this series. 2018 previous year question paper AE TNEB. We have solved with detailed solution before. Kindly check that. In that video, let's start the video. 114. A Blackman window can eliminate ripple in FIR filters. The trade-off is 4 options are given. The correct option is option 1, larger transition bandwidth is the right option for this problem. Next, move on to the next problem. 115. A DSP convolves each discrete samples with the coefficient minus 0.25, minus 0.25, 1, minus 0.25 and minus 0.25. This must be a 4 options are given. This must be a high pass filter. Option 2 is the right option for this problem. Next, move on to the next problem. 116. The unit step response of a system is some response of a system is given. The system represents 4 options are given. We have to find out the whether it is stable or unstable or critically stable or oscillatory stable. Oscillatory stable, otherwise called as marginally stable. So it is given as the step response of the system. Step response of the system is given. We have to find out the system stability. We need to know the impulse response. Impulse response denotes the system stability. How to find out the impulse response from the step response? D by dt of step response will give the step response. Differentiating the step response will give us impulse response, or otherwise we can say step response. How to find out the step response? Integrating that impulse response, we will get the step response, or vice versa. So differentiating the step response, we will get the impulse response. So we have to find out the impulse response of the system by differentiating this given unit step response. U of t 1 minus e power multiplied by inside e power minus t plus t e power minus t. Differentiating what we will get? Constant. We will get 0 e power minus t. We are getting e power minus t into minus, that minus into minus plus, so e power minus t we will get, then t into e power minus t. T into e power minus t, uv formula, u dv plus v du. Take t as constant, we will get minus e power minus t plus e power minus t as constant. What we will get? Differentiating with respect to 1, we get 1 here. So, into 1, we will get the same term. E power minus t plus t into minus e power minus t plus e power minus t. Take e power minus t outside. I will solve here. E power minus t outside, what we will get? 1 plus, here 1 plus 1, 2 minus e power minus t. So 2 minus e power minus t we will get. So multiply this 2 e power minus t minus e power 2 minus t. See, e power minus t, take e power minus t outside, what we will get? E power minus t common, 1 plus 1 minus t plus 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 minus t. 2 minus t, 2 into e power minus t into t e power t into e power minus t. This is the impulse response. This is the impulse response. Take Laplace transform of that impulse response. What we will get? 2 into e power minus t s plus 1 minus t into e power minus t is nothing but 1 by s plus 1 the whole square. So take LCM and solve. What we will get? s something 1 by s plus 1 we will get. So this is the Laplace transform of the impulse response. See, this is a stable system. The given system is a stable system. So 116 option 2 is the correct option for this problem. Next move on to the question 117 here. What is 117 here? The transfer function of a compensator is given by GC of S is equal to ST plus 1 divided by S beta T plus 1 Kc beta represents a lag compensator if the transfer function GC of S is given as Kc, some constant Kc into St plus 1 divided by take T in T outside S plus 1 divided by given as lag compensation. For the lag conditions are given, 4 conditions are given. We need to find out which condition will satisfy. Actually, what is a lag compensator? Lag compensator is nothing but pole is very nearer to origin. So, modulus of P less than mod Z. This is the condition for the lag compensator. Pole is very near to origin than 0. So, modulus of P less than modulus of 0. So, here take beta T outside. Beta T outside what we will get into S plus 1 by T here. Here 1 by beta T into constant Kc beta represents Kc beta. Beta T get cancelled, beta get cancelled. We will get Kc some constant DC gain S plus 1 by T divided by S plus 1 beta T. This is the transfer function, simplified transfer function, where numerator represents the 0, denominator represents the pole. So what is that what is in 0 position? 0 is equal to S plus 1 by T is equal to 0 minus 1 by T. In pole, what is that? 1 minus 1 by beta T. What is the condition? Pole should be nearer to the origin. So pole should be nearer to the origin. Modulus of pole less than modulus of Pz. So modulus of, when we take a negative sign, for both negative and positive we will get positive sign only. So modulus of Z, what is the modulus of P here? 1 by beta T. Modulus minus 1 by beta T, we will get plus 1 by beta T minus 1 by T. Should be, this is the condition for lag compensator. Mod P less than mod 1 by beta T. So minus will get cancelled, both minus and TT will get cancelled. What we will get? 1 by beta, I am writing over here, 1 by beta, minus sign will be less than 1 here. 1 by beta less than 1, which means that beta greater than 1. So beta greater than 1. This is the condition. So beta should be greater than 1. So when beta should be greater than 1, what is the condition for the pole? Pole should be greater than 0. T should be greater than 0. So the option is 1 is the correct option for this problem. Beta should be greater than 1 and T should be greater than 0. For the lag compensator, for the given transfer function, this is the condition for beta and T. So 117 option 1 is the right option for this problem. Next move on to the next problem. 118. What is the 118 problem? Consider an unity feedback system with open loop transfer function G of S. Some transfer function is given. We have to find out the root locus exists on the real axis between. Some values are given. We have to find out the root locus exists on the real axis. I will solve in the paper. So I am writing in the paper. There is space is not sufficient here to solve this. What is given? G of S is given k divided by s minus 1 into s squared plus 4s plus 7. Then what is given? Unity feedback. Unity feedback is nothing but h of s is equal to 1. So we have to find out the closed loop transfer functions. We have to find out the root locus exists on the real axis. How to find out the root locus exists on the real axis? Closed loop transfer function is nothing but g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. So what is that in case of we have solved many problems in control system. If you are not watching those videos, kindly check with the playlist. I saved it in playlist. Those videos you can identify how to find out the closed loop transfer function from open loop transfer function where the feedback is unity. It is a simple way to find out the closed loop transfer function. Just in case of unity feedback, just add the numerator term in denominator. Numerator divided by numerator plus denominator will give the denominator plus numerator will give the closed loop transfer function in case of unity feedback system. So I am just adding the, when we applying this formula, you can get this option only. So k divided by s minus 1 into s square plus 4s plus 7 plus k equal to 0. We know that root locus lies on the real axis. We know that 1 by g of s into h of s is equal to 0. Substituting that denominator part equal to 0, I write in short as GH. GH is equal to minus 1 plus J0. So when we substituting minus 1, this term will get minus 1 plus J0. So modulus of GH is equal to 1. So what is that? So numerator, substitute here, numerator term is equal to 0. S square plus 4s plus 7 plus k equal to 0. We have to find out the dk by ds, that will give the root locus points. Substitute by s cube minus 4s 4s squared, multiply by s cube plus 4s squared plus 7s, multiply by minus 1 minus s square minus 4s minus 7 plus k is equal to 0 here. Next, s cube plus 4s square minus s square 3s square 7s minus 4s plus 3s plus k is equal to 0. Okay, is that correct? We'll check one more time. S into s cube 4s square plus 7s minus s square minus 4s minus 7 plus k equal to 0. S cube plus 4s square 3s square 7 minus 4 3s plus k is equal to 0. So find out the k. K is nothing but s cube. The whole term will go to that side, 3s. So find out dk by ds. What we will get? Minus 3s squared plus 6s plus 3. Differentiating with respect to s, we will get dk by ds is nothing but 3s squared plus 6s plus 3. We will get substitute dk by ds is equal to 0. dk by ds is equal to 0, whereas this term minus 3s squared plus 6x plus 3 equal to 0. This minus sign will go that side. So 3s squared plus 6s plus 3 will get, we can divide, this is the multiple of 3, so we can divide this term by 3. What we will get? S squared plus 2s plus 1 equal to 0, which means that s squared here, s plus 1 the whole squared. S plus 1 the whole squared, what is the root? S is equal to minus 1. So s is equal to minus 1 is the s plus 1 the whole square. S is equal to minus 1 comma minus 1. So s is equal to minus 1. 1 point we can take. So we can draw the root locus point, where here see how to draw the root locus. This is a sigma plus j omega. Root locus on the real axis. Here this is the breakaway point. S is equal to minus 1 comma minus 1. We can take 1 point minus 1 itself. Then it is the substitute. What is the pole location here? S is equal to s minus 1, s is equal to 1, and s, when we simplifying minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac, we will get minus 2 plus plus or minus 1.736j. Some imaginary roots we are getting. This is the pole location. Draw the pole location here. Say it is a s is equal to 1. S minus 1 equal to 0. So s is equal to 1. Here it is a pole in right hand side. So next what is that? One more pole, minus 2 plus 1.73. This is an imaginary root. Imaginary root, say here some imaginary values here. Minus 2 plus 1.7. Say this is a j1, j2 like this. This is minus j1 minus j2 minus j2 like this. Minus 1 minus 1. This is minus 2. Minus 2 plus something I am writing here. Here 1.736, maybe this point, minus 2 plus 1.736. Here minus 2 minus 1.736. Say this is a 3 poles. So s is equal to plus 1 and this is the pole location. So what is the here what is the breakaway points here? Breakaway point is in between s is equal to minus 1. So from this point, see, the right section should be odd number of poles. So there is a root locus between s is equal to, the root locus should be number of poles or zeros to the right of the section. Breakaway point should be odd. So here s is equal to 1 is 1 pole. Breakaway point is at s is equal to minus 1. When we are seeing at s is equal to minus 1, how many poles in the right side? Right side is only 1 pole. So it is a odd number. So the root locus is exists between these. S is equal to 1 plus 1 to this one, root locus will exist. Then when we this is the one location, this is the breakaway point, we are getting only one breakaway point. If it is see, when we checking beyond this limit, what we will see, beyond this limit there is a root locus will be available. When we check from here, what is the number of poles locations to the right, when we check beyond these limits, if any breakaway points is available. So what is the number of poles? 3 poles. So root locus available beyond this limit. So minus up to minus infinity there is a root locus is available. So to at s is equal to minus 1, at s is equal to 1 and s is equal to minus infinity, the root locus will be in between. So option s is equal to 1 and s is equal to minus infinity is the correct option for this problem. Are you clear about this? So first we have to find out the closed loop transfer function. It is a unity feedback system, so we can easily find out the closed loop transfer function by adding the numerator value in the denominator. So we are getting that characteristic equation. Characteristic equation is 1GH. I am explaining this is in detail how we are get mod GH is equal to 1. So substituting this characteristic equation is equal to 0. This is a characteristic equation. So substituting denominator equal to 0 by simplifying and find out the value for k. So we have to find out the breakaway points. So dk by ds, by finding breakaway points we are getting that s is equal to minus 1 is the breakaway point. We know the pole 0 location. Here 3 poles are available, no zeros here. So equating numerator part is equal to 0 in here. Equating numerator part equal to 0 will get pole 0. By equating denominator we are getting the pole location. What is the pole location here? S is equal to 1 and some imaginary roots we are getting minus 2 plus or minus 1.763j. Then we will draw the root locus point. At s is equal to 1 we are getting 1 pole and minus 2, this is the location of the poles. So root locus, when the breakaway point is minus 1. So this is a minus 1. When we are checking this point from to the right of the section, should be a number of poles should be 0 or number of poles are 0 should be in the odd number. So when we checking from here to the right of the section, the number of pole is right of the section is this. So how many poles are there? Only one poles are there. So at s is equal to 1, there is a breakaway point. Root locus is there is a root locus is between those points. Then beyond that limit only we are getting the next root locus. So 3 poles are there. So minus infinity at s is equal to 1 and at s is equal to minus infinity, there is a root locus. So option s is equal to 1 and s is equal to minus infinity is the correct option for this problem. Next, move on to the 119. The gain margin and phase margin of a feedback system with g of s into h of s is equal to 4 by s plus 10 the whole cube, or we need to find out the gain and phase margin of a given feedback system g of s and h of s. So 4 options are given. This is a star marked problem in the DNAB question paper. So the option answer also 4 options also, all the 4 options are wrong. So first we will solve how to solve this problem and find out the answer for this problem. I will write in the paper g of s and h of s, gain margin and phase margin we have to find out. G hat I will write in short 4 by s plus 10 the whole cube. We have to find out the gain margin and phase margin. This is the problem 4 by s plus 10 the whole cube. So this is the, what is the gain margin? Gain margin is formula is nothing but 1 by modulus of GH at omega is equal to omega PC. What is omega PC? Phase crossover frequency. The magnitude of, what is the gain margin formula? The magnitude of gain margin is that 1 divided by magnitude of that GH at omega is equal to omega PC. Omega PC is the value of phase crossover frequency at which the magnitude of g of j omega at phase crossover frequency. How to find out the magnitude of g of j omega GH at omega is equal to omega PC? So that angle of GH should be minus 180 degree at omega equal to omega PC. We can substitute omega as omega PC when the angle of GH should be minus 180 degree. So this is the formula for finding out the gain margin at magnitude should be omega equal to omega PC, where that magnitude will be omega to be omega PC. So equating that angle is equal to minus 180 degree, that omega will become omega PC, phase crossover frequency value. So GH of j omega, substitute s is equal to j omega plus 10 the whole cube, j omega plus 10 the whole cube. So find out the magnitude of this, what we will get, divided by square root of omega squared, real part squared plus imaginary part squared the whole cube. What we will get, 4 divided by square root or omega squared plus 10 squared is nothing but 100 into 3 by 2. Square root of can be written as 3 by 2. So this is the magnitude of the given GH format. So we have to find out the angle of GH. Angle of GH is nothing but real part divided by imaginary part j omega here. See, this is a j omega here. This is in the cube root and also it is in the denominator. For cube means it is 3 times. So can be expand into j omega by plus 10 into j omega plus 10 into j omega plus 10. So we are getting 3 angle value, 3 phase value. So we can write it as 3 into the same phase value, tan inverse of, it is in the denominator term. So put minus sign here, 3 tan inverse of imaginary part divided by real part. What is imaginary part here? Omega divided by 10. So At omega equal to omega PC only we are going to find out the gain margin, magnitude of value of gain margin. So at omega equal to omega PC, angle of GH of J omega at omega equal should be minus 380 degree, 180 degree, sorry, 3 tan inverse of omega by 10 so equal to minus 180 degree. What we will get, see, cancel this to 6 times, minus and minus sign get cancelled, 60 degree. Tan inverse of omega by 10 is nothing but 60 degrees. So then go that side, tan inverse will go to omega by 10 is equal to tan 60. Tan 60 value we know that root 3. So omega by 10 is omega PC, sorry, at omega is equal to omega PC. So we can substitute as omega PC by 10 is equal to root 3. Omega PC is equal to 10 into root 3. Okay. So we have find out the value of omega PC is equal to 10 root 3. Substituting the gain margin formula. What is the gain margin formula here? Gain margin is equal to 1 by magnitude of GH at omega equal to omega PC. Magnitude of GH we have found out 4 divided by omega square plus 100 into 3 by 2. In place of omega PC 10 root 3, substitute this value. Gain margin is equal to 1 divided by 4 by 10 root 3 the whole square plus 100 into whole power 3 by 2. 4 divided by 10 root 3 is nothing but 400 into 3 by 2. 400 into 3 by 2, when we simplifying we will get 8000. 8400 taking square root, what we will get? 20. 20 cube is nothing but 8000. 8000 will go to the numerator. 8000 divided by 4. When we solve, gain margin we will get as 2000. Next, move on to the phase margin. This is the gain margin formula. Next, what is phase margin? How to find out the phase margin? What is the phase margin formula actually? Phase margin is nothing but 180 degree plus 5. 180 degree plus 5. It is a 5. 5 is nothing but phase value of omega at omega is equal to omega GC. 5 GC is the phase value of gain crossover at gain crossover. How to find out the 5 value? 5 value at omega is equal to omega GC is nothing but modulus of GH should be 1. Modulus of GH should be 1 at omega is equal to omega GC. The modulus should be equating that GH value should be 1. We are getting the phase value. So we know that we have already found out the modulus value. Modulus of GH is 4 divided by omega square plus 100 into 3 by 2. Modulus of GH is equal to 4 divided by omega square plus 100 into 3 by 2, equating that to 1. That to 1 will get omega GC 4 equal to omega GC square plus 100, that whole power 3 by 2 will go that side as 2 power 1 by 3. What we will get? By simplifying, what we will get? We will get 4 2 by 3 is equal to omega GC square plus 100. See guys, this is a star marked question in TNAB. We are not getting the correct option. I am just explaining the concept here. We found out the gain margin. How to find out the gain margin? It is a whole decimal value. When we solving this, we cannot get any decimal or fraction without using calculator. We couldn't find. So in case it is just a example. If we are getting 0, omega GC as 0, how to solve this problem in further? It is just a example. Don't confuse with this, because some mistake done in the question paper itself. So we are not getting where it is mistaken. So we are not getting any whole decimal value. So I am just if we get omega GC as 0, what we will get when the next is omega GC value we have to find out. We have to find out the phase value, angle of G of GH, sorry, angle GH is equal to minus tan inverse of omega, minus 3 tan inverse of omega by 10. Minus 3 tan inverse of omega GC by 10. Omega GC by 10, we found out omega GC as 0. We will get minus 3 tan inverse of 0. Tan inverse of 0, we will get 0 here. So for 0 only we are getting the tan value as 0. So 3 tan inverse of 0 is 0, angle 0. So phase margin, substitute that phase value phi at omega equal to omega GC is equal to 0. Phase margin formula is 180 degree plus phi plus 0. We are getting phase margin value as 180 degree. This is the gain margin and phase margin. This is the concept behind how to find out the gain margin and phase margin. For gain margin I am just explaining. For gain margin, 1 by magnitude of GH at omega equal to omega PC is nothing but phase crossover frequency. When that omega is equal to omega PC, the value of omega PC when we are getting angle of GH should be equal to minus 180 degrees. So substitute, find out angle of GH at omega equal to omega PC, find out the omega PC value and substitute in modulus of GH, gain margin formula. We are getting some gain margin value. Again for phase margin, what is the formula? PM is equal to phase margin 180 degree plus phi is equal to omega GC. This is a gain crossover frequency value, phase value of gain crossover frequency. When we are getting that should be magnitude of GH should be equal to 1. When substituting magnitude is equal to 1, we are getting some omega value, that omega GC value. Substitute in that omega GC value in the phase angle phi is equal to angle of GH in the phase angle. We are getting some phi value. So in the phi value, substitute this phi value in phase margin formula 180 degree plus phi. We will get some phase margin value. So this is the concept behind the problem to solve this, find out the gain margin and phase margin. Next, move on to the last problem. This is the last problem in TNAB AA 2018. So what is that? A control system is defined by the following mathematical relationship: d squared x by dt squared plus 6 dx by dt plus 5 into x of t is equal to 10 into 1 minus e power minus 5t. The response of the system as t tends to infinity is given. We have to find out the response of the system at t tends to infinity. So taking the Laplace transform of this equation, s squared into x of s plus 6 into x of s plus 5 into x of s is equal to, when we multiplying 10 into 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 5 e power minus t, taking Laplace 1 u of t 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 5. Take x of s common, s squared plus 6 into s into x of x, d by dt of x, when we taking the Laplace from 6 into s into x of s, so 6x plus 5 is equal to 10 into, it is the 10 into 1 by s. Some simplifying, what we will get, s into s plus 5, take LCM, s plus 5 minus s get cancelled, s plus 5 minus s in cancelled, 10 into 5 50 divided by s into s plus 5. Here this side x of s into x squared plus 6s plus 5. So find out x of s is equal to 50 divided by s squared plus 5 is s into s plus 5 divided by, this will come to the denominator, s square plus 6s plus 5. This is the term we get. X of s is equal to 50 divided by s into s plus 5. Are we clear? X of s, take x of s in comma, s square plus 6x plus 5. By simplifying in the right hand side, what we will get? Taking LCM, we are getting 50 divided by 10 into 5, 50 divided by s into s plus 5. So x of s, this will go to the denominator term, 50 divided by s into s plus 5 into s square plus 6s plus 5. I am writing over here what is x of s. 50 divided by s into s plus 5 into s square plus 6s plus 5. We need to find out the x of t at t tends to infinity. This is the, we can find out the value of final value theorem of Laplace transform. X of t at t tends to infinity is nothing but limit s tends to 0 s into x of s. This is the formula. So x of t, they are asking to find out the response of that system at t tends to infinity. So this is the final value theorem of the Laplace transform. Limit s tends to 0 s into x of s. So limit s tends to 0 s into that x of s term divided by s into s plus 5 into s square plus 6x plus 5. S square plus 6x plus 5. This s get cancelled. So substitute s equal to 0 here. What we will get? This term will get 0. This term cancelled. This term will get cancelled. This term will get cancelled. So we are getting 50 divided by 5 into 5. 5 into 5, nothing but 25. When we simplifying, what we will get? X of t at t is equal to infinity. We are getting the value of 2. 5 into 5, 25. 25, what we got? 2 here. So option 1, x is equal to 2 is the correct option for this problem. So we have solved all problems, all 65 problems in the previous year 2008 TNEB 2008 TNEB Assistant Engineer question papers in part by part. Kindly check with the playlist. You can find out the all previous year question paper. We have solved 65 problems from 66 to 120. Problem number 120 we have solved in 5 to 6 parts. Kindly watch those videos and subscribe our channel Off Campus and support us. Click on the bell icon. You will receive notification as in when we upload videos. Thanks for watching.